Today on the channel, the adrenaline flowing through our veins. We got two Adrenaline 2-packs, Jakks Ruthless Aggression Series to unbox. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Jakks Ruthless Aggression style unboxing and review with Adrenaline 2-packs sweeping the nation and stalwarts of the Ruthless Aggression line here. Some of the most made figures by Jakks. We're talking 2 JBLs, one in each pack, and then you got Batista and John Cena. All the three of these guys, numerous figures throughout numerous lines in the Jakks era, the Jakks years, we'll call it. And the Adrenaline sets were always some of my favorites. Very degrees of packaging changes throughout the years, as we know with these. There was no uniformity in any of the Jakks lines except Jakks Classic Superstars. But the Adrenalines also had different gimmicks. It looks like this one has baseball cards, wrestling cards, I should call them, with it. This one doesn't have too many bells and whistles here. Both these damaged packaging, I always say, if you're going to open them up anyways, get them damaged. If you can get them cheaper, damaged, that's a win, because you know the figures are mint. The packaging you're throwing away anyways, and that's exactly what I did here. I bought these ones. So we got some beat up packaging, but we're going to start it off. We're going to do it like we normally do it. We're going to take a look at the packaging, talk about it, unbox it, talk about it, and see where it goes from there. So Adrenaline Series 15, JBL and John Cena is where we're going to start here. Both no strangers to the Adrenaline, Ruthless Aggression, Ring Rage, Jakks Class Superstars, you name it. They're in all of them. Except JBL wasn't Jakks Class Superstars. But Cena was somehow. But there you go. We got glamour shots down below. We got the WWE logo in the middle. Adrenaline across the top. The two figures there. Both coming with hats. It's the hat 2-pack, they call it. They had a hat off, I believe was the story here. That's why John had a hat in this one. They had a hat off. Who had the better hat? And they took a poll all around the back room, locker room. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm fairly certain that's the way it went. On the back, you got promote. They're promoting the ring down there on the bottom. We're promoting the kids' title belts, of course. Then you got the rest of the Adrenaline packs up top. You got Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero, of course. Edge and Kane. I believe that's Edge and Kane. Yep. Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, Edge and Kane. And then, of course, this one, John Cena and JBL. Always be promoting. I always love the back packaging. Maybe that's what's influenced me all these years is the back packaging of these Jakks figures. They always promoted. Always be promoting. Pulling out. Boy, we're dinged up. See you later. A little card. How cool. Not saving it. See you later. All right. All right. We got the silver microphone with JBL even. I didn't see that. Here's the old plastic prison shot. Always liked JBL. Very underrated performer. I know a lot of people hate him. I get it. But I always thought he was underrated. He was great getting the crowd all worked up. That ECW One Night Stand was amazing. He was so hated that night. See you later. Whoa. We're about the year anniversary on the channel of me unboxing a Great American Bash JBL figure. Maybe the longtime viewers out there, you guys remember that? I think it was 4th of July, 2020 we unboxed that. And right out of the package, his head fell off. Can you believe that? What a time to be alive that was. Well, we got a little plastic thing inside the hat. That's interesting. I think that makes it fit tighter. I'm going to leave that in there. I'm going to leave that in the hat. Well, maybe not. I was hoping it made it fit tighter. Yeah, maybe it does. I don't know. We'll decide it later. But suited figure, Jakks was a genius. They used this suit mold many a times. All you got to do is pop a new head and, hey, new person. No difference in heights, anything like that. But JBL, it works. JBL was in a suit. When he wasn't wrestling, he was in a suit. Interviews and stuff like that. Very fashionable guy, you know, very much. So I like this figure. I always like the suited figures. I'm just a sucker for a suited figure. Nice attention to detail with the cowboy boots down here and then the different color from the black. I like that. I like the white hat. JBL didn't really wear a black hat when he was, you know, J.R. Ewing style JBL. That's one thing to note, because I was looking at my collection, I was like, oh, no black hats really with him. They were all pretty much white, and I guess if I remember right, that's what he did wear back then. Now here we got John Cena. Not a big fan of this John Cena mold. I'd be interested to know what John Cena head scan they use the most. I think this one might be the most used John Cena head scan if you put it all together. Just nightmare trying to track all these John Cenas. There's so many John Cenas that look identical to this, but they got a different armband or no armband, or different wristbands and stuff like that. It's just absolute madness, absolute madness. But it's your typical John Cena of this area. He's got his brass rings on. He's got his wristband and bicep band. He's got elbow pad. He's got his sneakers, which are annoying, as we know in Jakks Ruthless Aggression style figures. The ankle kind of wears out, and these are notorious for falling over. So it's just always a nightmare with John Cena. That's why I display my John Cena figures on the bottom shelf of my display, because if they're all going to fall over, and most likely this is the most likely culprit to domino, they're not going to have a long fall off the top of the shelf and probably break. He'll be safe from the bottom shelf. Now this hat mold, just this flat brimmed hat, just absolutely hate it. I guess that is kind of the style, especially now. I can't live on a flat brimmed hat. But Cena came with a lot of hats. Eddie Guerrero, they used a lot of white, red, different hats throughout the years. They don't fit at all. I guess now I'm a liar. This does fit okay, but it just looks ridiculous. This looks like some guy. This looks like your crazy uncle that's going fishing. He's going to go fishing this weekend. He's going to go to the bait shop, and he's going to listen to some rap and get a couple of 40s. Go sit by the river and just fish all day and come home with a really bad sunburn and not paying attention and maybe like leaving his pole on him so he's got the sunburn and then the pole like blocked part of the sun. He drank all these 40s and passed out on the river. Probably didn't have a fishing license either, so he was stopped by the DNR. This is what this reminds me of. I'm not a big fan of this John Cena figure. I'm not the biggest John Cena fan in the world either. I've said it before on the channel, I love John Cena when he came out doing all the rap battles, the disses, and all that kind of stuff. That was my John Cena. Then he kind of lost me when he got too kiddish. And I get it, the property's changed, everything. I grew up maybe a little bit, so I get it. But I understand to a whole generation of kids out there, this is their Ultimate Warrior, this is their Hulk Hogan. And just like the people that were older than me thought I was absolutely insane liking that Ultimate Warrior, I'm the same way. I think kids are absolutely insane watching John Cena, but I understand it. I totally understand it. So there you go. A solid pack. JBL, I prefer him over the Cena in this pack. That's my ruling there. Now we get another JBL and Batista. And we'll see how this one goes. There it is. This is Adrenaline Series 16, so right off the bat, we get this, and then like a month, 2 months later, bam, you got another JBL ready to go. At least it's not a suited JBL. It's JBL taking his suit off. He's got his shirt on underneath. It's just a little different look, but we had a lot of different look JBL figures throughout the years. So packaging, very similar. It does come with cards. I'll probably get these graded. These are probably grade of 10. I'll probably get thousands and thousands of dollars from this. It's just like the starting lineups. The starting lineups aren't worth a whole lot, but some of those cards, you grade them, fortune. That's probably what's going on here with these Adrenaline cards. I gotta think, right? I imagine I'm probably just going to retire off these 2 cards, sail away to Bermuda, never be seen again. There's the back of the package. We got Jericho and Cena. Once again, he's back in the next set too. Nitro and Mercury, love to see those guys in there. And then, of course, this pack we're looking at. And then we're promoting the belts as usual down below. And we're promoting the ring. So Jakks, once again, always promoting. I love it. This card is just absolutely trashed. See you later. All right. Let me get these cards out, though, huh? Here's my fortune. Oh, I gotta be careful. You don't want to bend those corners. You guys know how it goes. You'll know how those goes. I'll never forget. I was an avid card collector, as most kids were my age. See you later. I remember the Upper Deck Ken Griffey rookie card back in the day. It was so hard to get, 1989. And I remember being so excited my local grocery store had those packs of cards. I did buy the card pack, and I'm going out, and I'm kind of spinning it in my hand as I'm leaving the grocery store, and I lost it in my hand. It fell, hit the cement. Of course, corner first. I opened the pack up. Every corner was damaged, and that Ken Griffey card was in there. Can you believe that? Just traumatic for a young Kyle, young 8-9-year-old Kyle. Batista and JBL. JBL, maybe it's his toothy smile, or maybe it's the cowboy hat. Perhaps it's the fact he's a millionaire and quick to the point that out. Another's misfortune, no less. John Bradshaw Layfield, as he is known. Most hated SmackDown superstar period, and the fact he reigned as WWE champion for 10 months in 2004-05 certainly added fuel to the fire. Oh yeah, never forget. 2004, 2005, I was graduating college. Magical times. Magical times. Oh wait, no, I won't think about it. Anyways, how about a little plastic prison here? What is that? We got some questionable stuff going on. JBL coming in with his white hat. Batista coming with his title belt. This Batista mold used a lot over the years. I wouldn't be shocked if this Batista isn't the most used mold for him as well. There we go. Just belt out. The hat out. No plastic inside the hat this time. That was interesting. They did it that one time. There we go. See you later. what do we got? Oh, we got a little paint that rubbed off or something. I thought it was smudged on him, but it was not. All right, so we got JBL in a t-shirt. I believe Jakks did a pretty good job, and somebody could correct me if I'm wrong with this. I believe this is probably an actual Shop Zone shirt you could buy. They usually did a fairly good job pairing those up. It wasn't just made up and invented. I could be wrong, but I'm sure somebody out there, there's a lot of t-shirt aficionados out there that might remember that. He's got JBL on the back of his pants. JBL head scan used a million times. This body mold used a million times. I mean, Jakks, that's how they could turn these figures out so fast. You could use this mold for Randy Orton, slap a little different paint on it, a different JBL head. You got 2 JBL heads to pick from. Bam, you're getting new figures out just like that. That's exactly what they did. Got that white hat. Look at that. It's all right. I still prefer the suited JBL. I just think that looks a lot cooler. Maybe it's me. We got the old school title belt from WWE World Champion. I hated these Jakks title belts. They were so hard. I mean, you could tell it was a belt, but there was no color, no definition, anything to really read off of them. They did fix that in the Deluxe Aggression Jakks Classic Superstar Series. I always say it, those are the best belts I've ever seen from any action figure line out there. Those are my favorites. Batista, not a lot to talk about here. The animal on the front of his tights, got the Batista logo, the big tattoo on the back, that is okay. But nothing really, really special with this one. Like I said, we've had this in every different color, trunk color, white, red, whatever. Early Batista figure is what this is. They did later, like all these guys, they updated their head scans and made some changes out there. But this Batista was one of the earlier versions of Batista. I don't think it was quite the first, but it was a quick second. I could be wrong on that. But an early version of Batista. Not the best, not the worst. Somewhere in the middle. But yeah, we all remember JBL and Batista's feud back in the day in the old Ruthless Aggression era. But there it is. There's 2 Adrenaline unboxings. What do you think? Did you have either of these? I'm sure you were a lot of people like me at the time said, well, I got a JBL Batista. I probably don't need this pack. And that's exactly what I did. I remember having a regular wrestling gear JBL back in the day, and then I had a suited one. I can't remember if this was the suited one I had, but I had a suited one. And I said, that's all I need for JBL. I don't need JBL in just a t-shirt and tights. I don't need a variation of his suits. Cena, oh my gosh, we'd go on for days on Cena figures. But it is what it is. But you tell me in the comments your thoughts on these guys, on these Adrenaline packs. Don't forget to like the video. You made it this far. Hit the old like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We got new videos every single day. You don't want to miss them. And we got a whole lot more Jakks, Ruthless Aggression era figures to get to eventually on the channel. So be prepared for all of those as well. Follow me on social media at SirPaul64. Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. And then, of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And for the Jakks Adrenaline sets, I'm Kyle. I will see you guys all real soon.